Hey you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a talking video where I reflect on my year of 2024 before we head into the year 2025. Before I start sharing how my year went, make sure you comment down below what was your favorite part of your year and what was your least favorite part. Comment down below some things you're expecting in 2025. I'm going to show you guys mine, so I would love to hear yours and we can interact and start a conversation. Make sure you guys subscribe, make sure you hit the post notification bell so you don't miss when I post a video every Saturday. And in the description box is all my social media platforms. Go follow me, TikTok, Instagram, Lemonade, and go check out my Etsy page where I sell journals and party invitations. Let's go ahead and get started. So my dog's in here so you can hear little footprints like he's always on my heels. But I'm filming on my new iPad that I got for Christmas. If you guys haven't seen that last video, go check it out. But I have like a list of things like I want to talk about to get me started. So I'm going to start with overall. Overall, I think 2024 was just such a year of change for someone who does not like change. I have a new aspect. Like, I used to hate change. Now I'm okay to accept change, and that change can be good. Let me let this dog out because he's going to start barking if the other dogs bark. Okay, so, and like I said, a whole year change. We're going to start with January through May because the crazy transition you go through your last year of high school where you go from a senior to a freshman in college is crazy. Like, the fact that that's even a thing is crazy to me, but I went through it, and I mean, hey, I made it. Thank you, Jesus, I made it through. So January through May, I call the high school era. I was excited to just be done with high school. I had some friends that, God just took them away. Apparently, I didn't need them, but it was hard being lonely at school, so I was just excited for school to be done, excited to be done with the schoolwork. I was keeping my good grades and keeping my GPA up because I am a first-generation college student who is in poverty from both my parents' sides, and there was just no way I was going to be able to get into college without scholarships. I was deciding between Arizona State University and IU Bloomington. Like I said, no money, so I was living off of FAFSA scholarships, but IU is in state for me. I live in Indiana, so it's cheaper, but not my dream school, not the exact major I want to go to. Arizona State. Dream major I want to go to, digital marketing, financial planning. Very expensive, out of state for me. They also don't have, I received some scholarships, not as much as I want to. I'm trying to do better this year, but it just, it was just the dream. It was just one of those dreams you dream that never come true. It was just me. School graduation in end of May. At my graduation party, I was so excited to walk the stage. I was just so glad to be done. My open house was beautiful. I filmed a TikTok on that. Pink. I love pink, so pink. It was just such a good time just to be surrounded by family and just to hear the congratulations. That's when it kind of set in oh my gosh, I'm seriously done. I don't have to go back. And then it became decision time. So my invitations, we wanted to put a little card of where I was going in my major. And I was unsure. So my family was like, we're just going to put Arizona State because it was my dream. And the fact that I then chose Arizona State was a sign that, hey, this is where you need to go. So I was super excited that I was able to go. And that was my big decision for me. Oh my gosh, I remember when I first received that letter of hey, you got in. And the fact that I attended my first semester there is crazy. But that is my high school era, January to May. The next era is June to August, and it's called the summer before college. So this was a long one. So before we started summer, my church has a convention week. So we went to church all week. By the end of convention, huge life-turning convention, my two younger cousins, Gabby, and then Gabby's younger sister, her name is Kyra, they needed a place to stay, and they had to come stay with us. What we thought was going to be just a quick month turned into, y'all, they still here. They ain't gone nowhere. So it was just a huge turn of events, something we didn't expect, and just all summer being okay, when are they going home and all. But it became more serious and serious and serious, and they're still placed with us. So they moved in. I live with my aunt just because of personal issues. I left my home that I lived in. I still have a good relationship with my parents, but I needed to move out for my sanity. So Gabby stays here with us. The baby stays with my mom, but she's here a lot as well. So because they're here and my aunt works, she needed someone to watch Gabby. And even though she was staying with my mom going to daycare, she was too old for the daycare, honestly. So I ended up not getting a job in the summer to be here with her. I literally spent my summer watching kids. Now you're gonna hear my perspective on kids. Like, I love my little cousins. I'm the youngest, so you know, they're one, two, both of, there's two of them that are one, there's one 2-year-old, and then there's one 10-year-old. I love all of them, but you're gonna hear my perspective change on kids, because forget them kids is what I say now. Not being mean, but everyone's always, oh, what about you do this with a kid? I'm always the person to come to, and my response is forget them kids. But I spent my summer literally watching them, taking them like splash pads, little activities. In the summer, we went to a lot of children museums and fairs just so the kids can have fun, get something out, get out of the house, have new stuff. My church had a graduation dinner, I believe, in early July. So I went to that. It was super nice. It was my first time. Like, you know, I didn't go to prom because of my church. We don't do prom and stuff like that. But it was super nice to get dressed up in a prom, just get my hair done, and, you know, just go spend some time with the other graduates. There was 5 of us total. And then, like, the church came. And it was just really nice to be around, be surrounded by people who were excited for you. Family vacation. Me and my aunt went on a cruise, just the 2 of us, to the Bahamas. That was so nice and so relaxing and peaceful. It was beautiful. And then at the end of the cruise, my sister and Gabby met with us in Florida, where we went to Disney World and just explored the area. We went to the Magic Kingdom. We didn't do all the parts, so we went to Magic Kingdom. And it was super nice, fun. It was nice to, like, dress up. We rode the Tiana's ride for the first time. It was so good. The beignets were good and everything. But then at the end of that vacation, we did have a flight delayed because there was a hurricane. And to get out of Florida, we would be heading towards the hurricane. So our flight was pushed back to Wednesday. We tried multiple times to get an earlier flight because, man, I needed to go back to work. I needed to get home and start preparing for college. And we were all just sick of each other. But we didn't end up happening. We did have to leave our Airbnb, which I'm glad, because the Airbnb was nasty. It had ants. Stayed at a hotel. I got sick. But then we went home. Everything's like a blur. Like, I have photos and stuff, but everything has just become a blur. So when I got back from vacation, I started to prepare for college, making sure I had every, like, shopping thing I needed, getting my hair done, packing, last minute dinners with my family. It was just such a bittersweet moment that I was nauseous and numb to, because I knew what was coming next. And then something that was huge for me that I will never forget is getting prayer from my pastor before I left off for school, and me breaking down, because I was like, I cannot leave with the relationship that I have with Jesus. There was no relationship. It was muted. I ignored it. And so before I left, I had a calling to Jesus, and I just started working on my relationship. And by the time I left, I was feeling so renewed and refreshed and ready to give my life to Jesus. Our next era is September to October. No, I'm sorry, guys. We completely skipped all the rest of August. College drop off. It was such an emotional time period that I was not expecting for. I've never heard anyone talk about it. Obviously, you're gonna miss your family, but I remember just breaking down, because it was like, I'm all the way out. I'm living in Indiana. I'm going all the way out to Arizona, and just being states away from my family, like literally across the country, and just them not being here. And it was just so hard on me, because I was scared. I've never done, like, I've been on a college trip and I cried the first night I stayed at the college by myself. But this was different. I knew I was going to be here for long term, and that I needed to kind of essentially force myself to do this. You know, obviously sometimes it doesn't work out, but I wanted to give myself a chance for it to work out, and I love it now, so I'm glad I did. But at the beginning, it was rough. I wouldn't, if I had to do it all over again, sadly I would, but it was hard. It was just so sad, and especially on the weekends, not knowing what to do with yourself, because you're alone, you don't know anyone yet. And I remember my aunt walking out the door when she walked me to my dorm, and just seeing her, and she wasn't coming back. I remember just crying for hours on end. And it took me I would say the first week, well, the first like 3 weeks in August, then September, I cried a lot just because it was so emotional. But it's okay, we got over it. I moved into my dorm before the crying. It was really nice to see the room come together, and we were shocked with the amount of space we got, because we weren't expecting it. So I'm super grateful to God that he blessed me with that space to myself. I don't have a roommate. I have a bathroom mate that I share a bathroom with, but that's it. I started to strengthen my relationship with God, reading my Bible more and praying, and just being more mindful of the things he does. He brought me out there for a reason, and he saw me through that emotional time. Starting college alone. I did make a friend the second day I stayed, and it was really nice. We are still very much best friends. We hang out off campus together, and she's truly just a blessing, because I was scared that I have a hard time making friends. just, we don't click. And I made a couple with this one. It was just a miracle she came when I needed her. We explored campus together. We walked to class together the first few days to make sure we were okay. And then the rest of August, I just attended my classes and got comfortable with the schedule and, things off campus schedule, not in class. And the rest of it was fine once we got over the emotional part. I'm super glad I did it. I would do it again. And I would just say, any advice, give yourself a chance to try it. Give yourself a chance. If it doesn't work out, at least you tried and saw. But don't get there, run away because you don't like it then. You may later regret it. Now we are in September, October. They're gonna get a little bit shorter till we get to December, because I was really just to school. This era is called before fall break. So before fall break, I was doing the usual, just attending classes, looking forward to going home, getting more comfortable with my routine and my environments, setting a routine, filming content, keeping up with my schoolwork, making connections in class, outside of class, making time and hanging out with friends. I hung out a decent amount, not as much as I probably want to. I'm not the go out at night type of person, so you can forget that. I went out once for ice cream with a friend at night. That was it. And then getting involved in clubs. I'm in a club called Club One. I want to join another club in the spring just to get myself out there. And then getting involved on campus, attending, we had a fall festival, so I attended that. I haven't got to the game yet. I'm gonna try to go to a hockey game because I love hockey and I would love to see a game, so I'm gonna go see a hockey game. But that was before fall break. It was just literally getting, in tune with my classes and then packing and preparing to go home. Okay, we are in October, which was fall break. I was super excited to see my family because I hadn't seen them since August. I obviously across the country and I can't afford to fly home that often, so every break I get, I try to fly home. So fall break, I didn't know I was gonna be able to go home, but my aunt was able to pay for me to make it back home, and I was super excited to see my family. And when they picked me up, it was just so good to see. My little cousins were there, like I said, for whole perspective change after this. But my little cousin Ariella, she is one of my favorites, and it was just so nice to see her. The genuine smile she gave me when she saw me was everything. But when I came home, my sister messed up my room. She'd been staying in my room, and she overstayed her welcome, and my room was a mess. The floors were nasty. It was disgusting in here. I love her, but she's nasty. So my room was nasty, and it was very upsetting to come home. I cleaned my room. I clean my room before I go on break, so when I come home, I can sleep in it. And it was so nasty when she came home. My younger cousin sleeps in here, but she sleeps in a playpen, and my aunt cleans up after her. My sister did not clean up after herself. It was disgusting. And then my younger cousin, she's also always sick, so I prefer they disinfect when she leaves, when they didn't do that. So I had to clean my room when I got here, so I could my first day. My fall break was not relaxing, okay? The first few days I got here, I had to clean my room so I could live in it. And I'm not trying to be a brat, because it's I guess I did leave, and technically it's my aunt's room, so she can do whatever she wants to it. But I kind of felt like I was being pushed out or displaced, and it was very upsetting. It was hard to deal with that. Life does move on when you go to college, and that's something I had to realize, because they were doing all the fun activities we would do together, they were doing without me. And, it took me a little bit to realize, life still goes on whether you're there or not. But the room just really set me up, because I was like, okay, apparently I don't belong here. There was no food in the house. They are just an ingredient household, so it was kind of I'm trying not to be a brat, but I wake up, I'm used to the dining hall having options ready, so. And then after the first night seeing my family, I was ready to go back to school. Everyone had something for me to do, so it wasn't really a break. My aunt wanted me to help my cousin with this. My cousin wanted me to make her lunch. My cousin wanted to do this. My sister wanted me to do this. My mom wanted me to do this. My grandma was like, do this, and then the babies wanted me to go do this. The break wasn't for me at all, and I learned that lesson while I'm on my winter break. I have 3 more weeks, and then I go back. I'm making it about me. It's an actual break. I'm working on myself to be better for my spring semester, my relationship with Jesus, my relationship with my content, all that. It's not about everybody else. Wow. Help service is my way of love, so I'm gonna help you. But I'm not about to sit there and do everything. My cousin just had to clean her room. She wanted my help. No, you are 10. Clean your room. My room don't get messy, so I don't ask you, don't ask me. I spent time with my dog. I miss him the most. He's my son, and he's the reason I came home. So it was nice to see him and just sleep with him. And I'm sad that those times are coming to an end. Next timeline is October through November, and this is after fall break before my long Thanksgiving winter break. Y'all, I was excited to be back in my dorm for not only to sleep by myself because my dog sleeps on me, but I love him, so I'm not gonna complain about him. Grateful that I have someone to touch me, but yeah, my family drove me crazy, and I was so glad to be back after seeing all those TikToks, because it's like you go home and you're stuck in your high school era, and I was like, I don't want to go back. I feel like this break is better because I'm maturing and I know how to, you know, I want to say like conduct myself better to not fall into my old habits. But I was excited to be back in my dorm. I was tired because I did fly in late the night before, but I slept in and then went to my classes. And I came back, literally got ready a little bit, got some last minute work done, and headed straight to class. My routine never went back to normal. I had a pretty good routine before fall break of getting in my bed by 8:30, of sleep by 10. Yeah, it never happened again. In bed by 9:30, 10, didn't go to sleep till almost midnight, sometimes 1 a.m., and I regretted it every morning. But my routine just never, the time frames never got back. I was ready for classes to be over. Honestly, I was just like, oh, I'm sick of these classes, sick of the same routine. But I mean, it's like that every semester, so. And then I had my first group project in a business class. It was a good project. Me and my team did really good. We got a perfect score, and that's all I'm going to say about it because the teachers in that class were awful. But we're going to move on. The next time frame is November. In November, it was just 3 weeks before Thanksgiving break. I was just finishing up attending classes, finishing up projects and presentations, last exams and quizzes, packing to go home for the holiday. I went out and hung out with friends, and she was getting Christmas gifts, so I did get some gifts. So I packed those up to bring those home as well. I got November 10th, I got my soul restored with Jesus. It was just such a good day. And then I will say I was seeking family approval and excitement of telling, getting a witness. And even though they said they heard me, there was a statement said that made me doubt Jesus. And I had to go back and repent for it because it just made me realize my relationship is between me and him. It's not between this family member that I'm constantly trying to seek approval from. And I've had to learn to withdraw myself from that relationship. I didn't like what this person brought out in me, no matter what I tried to do, and that I was seeking approval from them constantly, and the only approval I want is from God. So yes, heavily learned that my relationship with him is between me and him only. And then at the end of November, I did go home. I was excited to see my family again. And this time was better because I set those boundaries with people and also not letting myself get exhausted from pleasing other people. Our last time frame is the month of December. I was helping around the house still, taking care of Gabby for school and sometimes the babies, helping out my aunt because she does a lot for me, but not doing it to the point where I was exhausted again. I was learning that. So this is where we got my 2 cents. Forget them kids and mind my business. That ain't my business. Because I stress myself out about the kids, and then when they do things that I don't like, it's like, so I was like, those aren't my kids. I'm not required to do things for them, to parent them, to spend time with them. That's not my job. Gabby and Kyra aren't even my cousins. They were married to a cousin that got divorced. We're not blood related. Why am I going on my way to make them feel good? And that's not me saying I treat them wrong. I still love them, treat them right, and do things with them, but not as much as I used to. I was tiring myself out and draining my already broke bank account. And minding my business because I don't want to gossip, and I also just I'm learning. What did I say? It's not that I say stop talking. I think it's more keep quiet. You don't have to tell process of your plan, what you're gonna do. You don't tell people you're next up. I've been working on that, so I've been also staying out of other people's business. I did a lot of Christmas shopping. I took me and Gabby out. We did Christmas decor shopping. I took her to get gifts for her family, and then I finished up my shopping. I have stuff medically going on with my eyes, so I had appointments for that. So been having floaters, so not the best. So I've been dealing with that as well. Hanging out with Gabby. I flew back to Arizona for 1 night, just to take 1 exam, and came right back after. But hey, I passed all my classes. Thank you, Jesus. That's all I could ask for. I finished my first semester of college at my dream school. I'm so excited that I did it, and I get to do another one. I've been just relaxing all break. Opening presents with the family was so good this year, and I got great gifts this year. I've already been making thumbnails and all that content stuff, and I'm just super excited to have this. I'm doing my Bible study on here, and it's just been beautiful. So thankful for everything that I did get. And then for this last part of this video, we are going to talk about things that I need to do for the rest of the year to prepare for 2025. So for the rest of the year, we have exactly we have less than a week. We have tomorrow. We have 4 days until the 31st. So 4 days to get myself together. Me and Gabby, we're making vision boards. We've already started those. We're going to finish them up tomorrow. And then we're going to start making our prayer boards. I've seen it all over TikTok, and I was like, this is great for us to just get in our prayer lives strong. So we're going to make prayer boards. I'm going to film that on TikTok, so make sure you guys go in the description box and check out my TikTok. We're also doing journals for the New Year's. We're going to have journals where we write everything for that, pertaining to that year. So any experiences, reflections that you want to do, it'll go in that journal. I'm resetting for the upcoming school semester. I'm getting my iPad set up because that's what I'm going to be using to take notes. I do need to get a notebook for math, but I want to get my backpack set up, my class assignments. If I can get that done before I go back to school, I want to get that done. I'm going to be cleaning before heading back to school, so getting my room, getting the Christmas decor down, and then just making sure it's ready for when I hopefully come back spring or summer break. And then new routines. I want to get my morning and night routine ready for school. So I have a lot of things to do to prepare, but this year was honestly just such a good year of change and reflection and becoming the person I need to be in this season of my life. Thank you for all of you who keep coming back and supporting me. Make sure you guys go follow my TikTok and Instagram. Comment down below some of your New Year's plans, reflecting on your year 2024 as well, and preparing for 2025. Hit the post notification bell so you don't miss when I post a video every Saturday. Comment down below video ideas. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Happy 2025.